Good morning, JGOOT travelers. It is Thursday, and we are quarter till our big launch of reopening the doors to JGOOT Vault. We're doing this with a big promo that if you're watching this, you've been getting emails from me, and you're curious about what JGOOT Vault is, or maybe you're ready to hit the buy button to take advantage of the bonuses, which we will talk about right here. Let's see. So yeah, if you've checked your email, you should be looking at this page. The doors open in 13 minutes, and I'm here to just answer any questions that people have. What is JGOOT Vault? What is JGOOT? What is the JGOOT book? Hopefully, everyone watching this has a copy of the book. If not, you should have one, and you can find that. You can find instructions on how to download it. If you've lost it, you can get the latest copy of our book at jgoot.com/account access. That's assuming you bought the book. If not, we'll talk about how you'll get a free copy of the book today. So I'm excited for this launch. I thought I would take this chance to share a little bit about what JGOOT is, what JGOOT Vault is, why this might or might not interest you. And I will try to keep on top of questions as they come. Thanks, Tracy. Looking forward to sharing. Gail asks, where will the link be to join? So as you can see here, this is the page. It will roll over to our sale page once the doors open. So you want to have that teed up so that you can join as soon as the doors open. Because we do have 50 bonus for the first 50 to sign up. And they get a $500 travel savings card. I'll talk a little bit about what that is, how that can help you in a minute. And then after that, the next 100 will get a 300 travel savings card. The next 100 after that will get a 200 travel savings card, and so on. Let's see. So if you don't have the book, you can get that via account access. If you are wondering where the link is, you should have an email. If not, you can just go to jgoot.com/vault sale. Very important. Don't go to JGOOT Vault. That's where people pay full price of $47 a month. We're going to talk about our half price sale during this promotion, where you can get it for $27. And that's, you're going to get a 7-day free trial. You can poke around, check out our system all you like. If you like it, don't cancel. You'll be billed $27 on a month-to-month basis until you cancel. Some people get in, get all they can in 7 days, get out. That's perfectly fine. Other people get in and like the new content that we add every week, like the trip alerts that we send every day, and they stick around. So we'll talk all about those different features today. And I'll give you some highlights in the next 10 minutes so you can make a decision when the doors open in 10 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's talk a little bit about JGOOT and just a real quick recap. Who am I? If you own the book, you probably know this. I tell my story, but this is, even though this is pretty crappy vacation picture, it was a dark and gloomy day. This was in Galveston before we left for our cruise. This was my first JGOOT style vacation as a family of 3. This was, as you may or may not know, while going through a divorce on a shoestring budget, as most people going through divorces are. But I had caught the travel bug. I believe travel is very, very important. Personally, it's the best way that I'm a workaholic, and vacations are the best way that I can truly disconnect and better connect with my family. So I was not about to give vacations up, even though, the divorce lawyers said I shouldn't be doing that. I found a dirt cheap vacation and we went. For a long time, I was a budget traveler. I traveled a lot more often because I knew how to travel on the cheap. With time, I learned to get a lot better at that. So that's our then picture. This is a now picture. This is actually last summer before my youngest went off to college. And this was a business class trip on Emirates Airline, pretty cool airline if you haven't flown it. And this is how we travel now. If we travel more than 3 or 4 hours, we do it in business class. And it's pretty much a given, not because I'm wealthy, but because I know how to do it on the cheap. And that's what JGOOT is here for. We're here to teach you how to do that. And whether that's, if you just want to kind of do it yourself, you've got the book. That's a pretty cheap option to learn my philosophy, our philosophy, the JGOOT way of travel. And you can learn all of this yourself. If you, and then once you get the book, you're invited to JGOOT Village. Hopefully you're a part of that community. That's where you can ask clarifying questions about the concepts in the book. And then, of course, our ultimate goal is to get you to join JGOOT Lounge. Now, JGOOT Lounge is not for everyone. It's for serious travelers who are probably spending at least $4,000 or $5,000 a year on travel and want to get more out of those vacation dollars. For people who are spending less, we encourage you to just take advantage of our lower cost things like the book, like the village. And what we've found is there's a big problem. There's kind of a big disconnect. People read the book, they have lots of questions, and it's hard to answer those questions in text via Facebook. So to fill that gap, I've introduced JGOOT Vault. That way, you don't feel like you're showing up late to the party in a group of 50,000 people who are already traveling the JGOOT way, but you can find this middle ground, and that's JGOOT Vault. So JGOOT Vault is for people who want more help than the book, but they're not ready to pay for our not inexpensive coaching program. And that's what JGOOT Vault is. And we're pretty proud of it. We've got, thousands of people who aren't ready for the lounge, but the Vault is a nice little middle ground. They can still learn at their own pace. They can take advantage of the resources that we have. There's a library of trainings that are meant to accompany this book. And if you haven't seen it, it's recorded in the Vault, but we've got a training on how to take every chapter in this book. There are 10 steps in this book. And it's my concession that every chapter of this book is worth $1,000 to $10,000 a year. In free travel, discounts on your travel, etc. And anyone that doesn't have a major aha moment, like any chapter that you don't have a major aha moment in the book, you're probably missing something. You should do one of two things. You should go back and reread that chapter with a fine-tooth comb, or join JGOOT Vault and watch some of the videos that are meant to complement the concepts in the book. So that's what JGOOT Vault is. And inside you'll see all sorts of different sections, a welcome section, a believe section. Half of the battle is believing that it's possible to travel this way. So we've got a believe section that's going to give you the motivation to push through on these other chapters. So with that said, yeah, so that's, and on top of that, we've got new content that is added weekly. On top of that, every day we serve 30 different markets. You can check out those markets at the bottom of the page on our sale page. You can just scroll on down and you can find the closest major airport to you. Oh, it's not here because this isn't the sale page, but once the page rolls over in 5 minutes, you'll see the territories we cover. But with the 30 major airports that we cover, that covers about 80% of the US population, just because those are the most populous areas and so on. So let's see if we've got any other questions. Oh, and by the way, I showed you that sentimental picture of our first vacation. And in honor of that, I am wearing that souvenir t-shirt. This was our dive. This is a shirt from Cozumel. And this was where I introduced my kids to scuba diving. We're now a scuba family. My kids are certified. My wife is certified. And so, scuba is water, beaches are pretty big for us, and we love that. So, in honor of today's launch, I'm wearing that T-shirt from over 10 years ago on that trip. My wife, by the way, hates this T-shirt. I refuse to give it up. Uh, Chime in on who agrees with me. I love collecting souvenir T-shirts from vacations. So, Holly, hopefully that answered your question. How does the vault differ from the lounge? The biggest difference is the vault is still do it yourself. You can watch videos at your own pace. It does not take my expert's time, who I pay very, very well to be available for my clients. The lounge is personal support. That's the primary difference. So if you're good at being, applying these strategies yourself and you're good at discipline with do it yourself, the vault is probably perfectly fine. If you want more support, just like you can lift weights on your own at the gym, or you can hire a personal trainer. They're not usually cheap, but that usually drastically increases your odds of success. So it's a personal choice. Kyle, you have a lounge call scheduled for Monday. Will lounge fees supersede the vault? Absolutely. So once people join the lounge, we cancel their vault subscription. We make sure to ask you, are you paying for the vault? And we'll cancel that. The idea with the vault is that's a teaser so you can get to know us, get to know our coaches, get to know our philosophy, and see if it's a fit. And for some who really don't want to get on a call because they're worried about getting hard sold, that's what they do. So let's just check in on the timer. 2 minutes to go. So if you haven't got that queued up and you want to take advantage of the $500 savings card, go ahead and go to JGOOT Vault/sale. You should have a link in your email. But if you've got that pulled up, you want to go there now because it's going to roll over in about 2 minutes. And again, don't go to JGOOT Vault. That will charge you $47 and put you in a $47 subscription. By the way, if you are already enrolled in our $47 subscription, go ahead and just sign up here. Email us and say, hey, I signed up under the new promo. We'll cancel the old subscription. We'll refund that most recent payment, and then you can cut your payments in half and take advantage of the bonus. So speaking of the bonuses, with 90 seconds to go, the next 50 to enroll get this $500 savings card. Don't worry about emailing our support team to see if they're available. Just hit the refresh button. If this is what's showing, that is what you will get. After the first 50 who enroll, then we'll drop it to a $300 travel savings card. And then for the next 100, we'll do that. And then it'll drop to 200 and so on and so forth. So that's where time is of the essence. If you're ready to check out JGOOT Vault, it's a 7-day free trial. You can check it out. Check out all the videos you like. Wait for the trip alerts. Those should start tomorrow or no longer than the next business day after that. Depends on how busy we are setting people up. And see if you like it. If you don't like it, cancel. The bonuses are entirely yours to keep. That's how confident we are that you'll like JGOOT Vault. But if not, cancel before the 7th day. You won't be billed a single dime. No hard feelings. Sound good? Just check comments with 10 seconds to go. And I'm going to just keep it on here. Now this should automatically roll over. 2, 1. There we go. So doors are open and the countdown has begun on the first 50 to join. I'll just queue up my dashboard. We'll see. So we can see how that goes. And yeah, doors are open. So let's see about answering any questions. So hi from California. We've got a member saying, oops, let me get rid of this banner. So John, home airport is Memphis. Would you recommend selecting BNA? Could drive there if needed. That's a good question. Stephanie, one of our coaches, lives in Nashville. And although we even cover Nashville, um, uh, and as Stephanie calls it, Banana Airport, um, yeah, you could watch BNA. We are working on the ability to add additional territories. So if you want, it's like $10 a month, you could add that. But for right now, just choose the one that's closest and easiest for you to get to. Stephanie watches BNA. Another common one for that's easy for her to get to is Atlanta. Really, how many other airports you watch depends on how aggressive of a traveler you are. You know, if you're just looking for domestic deals, Nashville would be fine. If you're looking for a lot of international travel, you might want to watch other major hubs that are easy for you to get to. But very good question, John. A Low says, hi from California. We cover 3 areas in California. We watch San Diego. Oops, excuse me. We watch San Diego airports. We watch LA area airports. We watch 4 of those: LAX, Burbank, Ontario, and Santa Ana. And we also watch the Bay Area, 3 airports there: Oakland, San Jose, and of course, San Francisco. So let's see, how are we doing here? And by the way, if you join, chime in, say I joined, and we can call you by name and talk about that. So, oh my, I see quite a few. So we've got Tracy, hello. Kathy, Melbell, Michelle, Sherry, Karen, welcome to JGOOT Vault. Thanks for joining. Welcome aboard. We hope you like it. The whole idea here is for you to be able to get in, take advantage of the free trial. If you like it, great. Stick around. We've got a lot more. We add content daily and weekly, and you can read all about that on this page. And you can also hear from a lot of our clients. Some are just book readers. Some are JGOOT Lounge clients. Full transparency, the goal here is to give you a taste of what JGOOT Lounge is. 90% of you, that's all you need, because you're self-starters, you're good at doing it yourself, and you know the vault and the book are all you need, and that's perfectly fine. For those of you who spend 4 or 5 grand a year already on travel, and you're kind of frustrated with how far that budget goes, the vault is great for getting a taste, getting to know me, getting to know our coaches, getting to know how our clients traveled before and are traveling now. And if and when you want to upgrade, the lounge is there for you. But if all you want to do is JGOOT Vault, that's perfectly fine too. Let's see. So Haley asks, can my husband and I share a Vault subscription? So, I mean, I'll be honest, like, you can watch the videos together. You've got, it's one login, and you can certainly share that login. We encourage that. I am a firm believer that there is a big difference between, like, in the case of couples, not solo travelers, but when you've got 2 people traveling, we call them P1 and P2. And usually there's almost always like one person who's really addicted to travel and looking for all the tips and tricks they can do. And then the other person may or may not be on board. If that person is on board with you, that is exponentially more powerful. So by all means, please watch the videos together, take advantage of the resources together, ask questions in the village together, and that's perfectly fine. Jeffrey asks how to enroll. Just for the record, you can, just as a reminder for people coming late, you can go to JGOOT Vault Sale, not jgoot.com/vault. You want to go to JGOOT Vault Sale. That's the one that has all of these bonuses and the discount and everything. If you joined at JGOOT Vault, or if you are currently enrolled and paying $47 a month, just join during this promotion and then email Brooke. She's our backbone of support. And she named our first customer. So Jana was our first person and joined within 10 seconds. Welcome aboard, Jana. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you are currently paying $47 a month, if you accidentally join and you get a billed immediately at 47, because our normal offer, we don't even have a 7-day trial. If that happens, don't worry about it. Just reply to any email from us. Brooke or her assistant will, Clariza, will get you, or Grace, will get you taken care of, and we'll refund your most recent $47. So if you joined 29 days ago and paid $47 and you want to switch to this program, it's the exact same program. It's a promotion price and you can get all the bonuses, and then we'll just refund your most recent $47 payment. So Latisa, hopefully that answered your question. Sherry, hopefully you can see the button to buy. Hopefully that was before we opened the doors. But just go to jgoot.com/vault sale and hit the refresh button if it's not there. Aaron, yes, we still have $500 savings cards. Let me just check the dashboard here. There we go. Yeah, so still got looks like 15 or 20 travel savings cards left. So here's what I tell people. If you see this savings card bonus there, it is still available. Just go ahead and sign up. Don't waste time asking me. Don't waste time emailing Brooke. She's probably slammed with emails and will not be able to get back to you, and you will miss out. So if you see this, just hit refresh. Notice that I can just hit refresh. And Julie, our director of tech, will update this once we run out of savings cards. So if you're asking that question, don't worry. Just refresh that page, and whatever savings card is currently available is the savings card that you will get. Brett, welcome aboard. And again, kick the tires, check it out. You can automatically cancel. There are cancellation instructions in just about every email you'll receive over the next 7 days. And you can just cancel that way if it's not a fit. We're pretty confident you'll like it. Jack, welcome aboard. TNDS, welcome aboard. Chris from LA Raider fan. That's not Chris who I know, is it? E. McNamara, yeah, hopefully I just answered that question. If that savings card is showing, that is the savings card you will get. So let me just check the dashboard here. Yep, we're looking good. I think we're rounding the corner. We've got, looks like a dozen left. So still a chance to get in and check out that free trial and get that 500 savings card. If you cancel and you don't like it, that bonus is yours to keep. It's my gift to you for taking that leap of faith and just checking JGOOT Vault out. Kyle just joined, so I'll get the bonus via email. Yes, everything will be sent. Now, please be patient. We have to order these savings cards by hand. We have to send them off to you individually. I've got a team that is ordering them in your name and sending it to the email that you give for the vault. Sometimes those show up in spam, but they will show up by the next business day. So it might not show up today, but it will show up by no later than tomorrow. And here's the thing. If you have any problems whatsoever, you've got just reply to any email. We've got a full-time staff manning support emails. Just in case things get buried in spam, we also text you and you can reply to that text. We have human beings monitoring our text line, and just reply to either of those and you've got someone on the other end reading those emails or texts who can help out. Carrie, welcome aboard. Tyrell, welcome from Burbank and LAX. I grew up in the LA area, so I know the area. Jim, welcome aboard. Just to re-answer any other questions, Mr. or Mrs. McNamara, if this is showing, you will get it. It does take us up to a business day to get that off to you. Don't worry, you can always reply and say, hey, I haven't gotten that other bonus. And you can reply to a text or email and someone will get back to you. But please wait until the end of the next business day after you order. Lots of questions. How do you know if you're the first 50? You're in. We're still there. Let me just check. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and say is definitely hit that refresh button. I'm doing it right here. Julie says we're almost out and is in the process of switching that over. We are going to switch over to $300 travel savings cards any minute. So if you haven't joined yet, just join. You'll get 500 instead of a 300. 300 is still about 10 times the value of the $27 it costs to join the lounge. So should be okay if you miss it, but just make sure to hit that refresh button before you order. And that's how you'll know which savings card you're getting. And just re-signed. So again, if you re-signed, that's great. Thank you. That means you were in already at the $47 a month rate. So 2 things you want to keep in mind. Just go ahead and sign up now. And then email saying, I signed up. Can you cancel my $47 subscription? And we will cancel it and refund your most recent payment that was, anytime within the last 30 days. So there we go. Gary, welcome aboard. Nava, welcome aboard. AM, I joined, I think. Okay, so we send a lot of emails. Go ahead and check that email. Check your spam folder, check your bulk folder, check your promotions folder. Sometimes it can take up to an hour for emails to get through, especially when we send a bunch all at the same time, which this did cause. Go ahead and just wait for an hour, check spam, check bulk, check promotions, make sure it didn't get routed there. And if you don't see it, just email us at support@jgoot.com. Super cryptic email, support@jgoot.com. That's where you can reach us for any of your support questions. So I see tons of joined. Oh, joined from Denver. Hi, neighbor. I'm down in Highlands Ranch. So we are officially out of $500 savings cards. Oh, there it is. So it's now $300 savings cards. So now that chaos of everyone joining has happened, let me just see if I have any questions. So you have questions, that's what I'm here for. If you still haven't joined, ask me, why I think you should join or whatever, and I'll see what I can do. And Andrew, just watching, go ahead and ask your question. I'll try to get to it. So Betty, so 2 things about this. For anyone that lives in a smaller airport, we have a lot of clients. My wife is from Indianapolis, and they're kind of similarly close to Indy, Chicago, and Detroit. 2 things you could do. I recommend signing up for the closest airport to you. Get those trip alerts. If you want us to, and I'd say just watch those for a few days. And if you like our trip alerts, we send 3 to 5 a day that we think are the best values from that home airport near you. If you like our trip alerts, and if you read the 101 section of the book and you would rather us look for those deals every day than you do it, then you can add Chicago, you can add Detroit, you can add any other airports that you want. It's about $10 a month, and you can reply to support and ask for that link. Or absorb the 101 section of the book. That's it's basically where I show you how to find those deals that we find every day. And then it's a matter of, do you want to go look every day using those strategies, or do you want us to look every day and alert you via email? We send emails by about 7 a.m., sometimes 8, depending on time zone and area, for all the territories we watch. And you should receive your first one by tomorrow. Let's see. I joined. Thank you all so much. It means so much that you've taken that leap of faith to check JGOOT Vault out. I'm honored, and my support team is honored, and we're here for you. So thank you. Jason, how do I change my email? Just realized I used a different email than what I've previously used with JGOOT. Go ahead and reply and state that. That'll do two things. One, we will update your email, and then two, we'll take you off of the old email that was probably your spam email. We get it. Now that we've earned your trusted real email inbox, just reply and we'll get that straightened out. Maureen, I signed up, but I guess someone else will be given a copy of the book. That's great. You know, a digital copy, we couldn't possibly field like refunds or deal with that. It's a digital copy. Please go ahead and gift it to someone else. Gift it to a friend who you want to start traveling, with you. Gift it to a loved one, a relative, whatever. That's the idea of the book is, you know, if you get an extra copy, share that with someone who you care about. But thank you for, you know, checking the book out first, and now leveling up to JGOOT Vault. We hope you like it. I signed up and then I got a spinning wheel. I hate the spinning wheel. I hope I was one of the first at 500. Based on this comment, you did get it. Just for anyone that's a latecomer, just do this. Because we are, you know, once we run out of another 100, we will, you know, we'll take away the 300 savings card, and then it'll drop to 200. Again, even the 100 savings card is 4 times the value of 1 month. So it's basically paying for 4 months of free vault access once you realize that benefit. But the way you find out which card you're going to get is just hit this refresh button. Julie and Brooke on the back end and our fulfillment team are keeping an eye on those and will not update it until this page has been updated. So I just hit refresh. 300 savings cards are still available. Kip, hi from PDX. Love our Portland crowd. I think there's an unofficial JGOOT meetup in Portland coming up very soon. Sorry, and that's in the lounge. Yeah, we've got a lot of very, very cool, fun Portland folks. Met a few of them in our Panama meetup a couple weeks ago. Here's a good question. Deb asks, I'm Canadian. Is the info focused on the US? So the 101 chapter of the book works from anywhere in the world. These are universal principles. And, you know, those principles, now we don't serve any areas in Canada. We don't watch airfare out of Canada. So you might have to, you know, depending on where in Canada you are, you might have to watch Seattle deals or just opt out of our trip alerts, but have us watch Seattle deals or Detroit deals. Or you can focus on the 101 section of the book, and those principles work from anywhere in the world. Now, the 201 and 301 sections have to do with point earning, and they are focused on the U.S. credit card system. We can't keep on top of the Canadian laws. It's you know, there's too much to master on the U.S. alone. So I do apologize. Those strategies won't work as well. We do have a couple Canadians who have joined JGOOT Lounge. We've given that disclaimer of like, we focus on U.S. credit cards, but they have found that you can, there are a couple Canadian travel bloggers that talk about the Canadian cards, and you can read between the lines with the concepts that I teach and just get the Canadian versions of the cards that do the same thing. The principles are the same. Transfer partners are the same. Your Canadian credit card company will have earning multipliers that, you know, 2x, 5x, 10x how quickly you can earn points. So all the principles are the same, just the subtle difference of it's going to be different credit cards. But very good question. Jocelyn, I joined so I could access the video, but I already purchased the ebook. So the ebook is just a bonus. And just like many bonuses, you may already have that, and that's fine. You can just not worry about it, or you can donate it to a friend or loved one who you want to start traveling more, maybe with you. So another person, Gail, I already joined, but would love to lower the rate. Just reply and say, I joined again. Can you cancel my $47 subscription? We will A, cancel your subscription, and B, we will refund that your last $47 payment. Even if you joined like 29 days ago, that's fine. Thanks. We love having you in the vault, and hopefully this means you'll stick around even longer. Just looking for new questions. I still have mostly questions about how do I know I got the savings card? So we are down to $300 travel savings cards. The way you know what card you're eligible to get is by hitting this refresh button. And let me just check in on a note from Julie. Okay, yep, we're still doing okay on 300 savings cards, but those will probably all be gone before this live stream is over. Yeah, checking in with Julie on that. So, looking for questions I can answer about JGOOT Vault. Sorry, folks, I'm just weeding through a bunch of other questions. Here's another question. Is the subscription fee set in perpetuity or is it updated annually? If you enroll at this price, you lock this price in for as long as you are with us. And we honor that price forever. JGOOT has been around for 7 years. The first 4 years were just a trip alert service, kind of like Scott's Cheap Flights or Next Vacay or Pomelo Travel. COVID caused us to change that. But we still have members who joined us 7 years ago for dirt cheap prices, and they are still paying that dirt cheap price. So whatever rate you join at, that is the price you'll pay as long as you choose to remain a current subscriber. On that note, we are working on adding an annual subscription. So if you join now, if you like it, if you're convinced you'll stick around, by next week or so, you should be able to reply and say, hey, I like this. I want to stick around. Can I get the annual plan? And that is about a 20% discount. It's 10 months for the price of 12 if you pay annually. We don't have that available right now. So just get in, lock the price in, and then you can convert that to an annual subscription down the road. I need to earn more points, live pretty frugally, so hoping for some magic answers. Good for you. I'm glad that you're not just assuming that this is only for the wealthy, for business owners who are spending millions of dollars. This is not. Like I said, I'm wearing a t-shirt from a total budget vacation that I took on not a lot of money. I ended up spending less on that entire vacation than my lawyer bills from the divorce, who were accused that I was hiding money because I took this fancy vacation, and I had to show them receipts of how cheap it was, and they still didn't believe me. You can read about that in the book. But Lynn, good for you for not assuming that this is only for the wealthy. This is why I started this company. Travel is for everyone. Travel is for anyone. And when you adopt the JGOOT just get out of town philosophy, it is so affordable, your friends won't believe you. So I hope that the book helps with that. The vault is there to help kind of up that level of knowledge, and I look forward to hearing your next success story, Lynn. Few different questions. What does the lounge cost? So I'm going to say this. The lounge is expensive. The lounge is not for people who spend less than for maybe 3,000, possibly 5,000 a year. And even that, there's no fixed number because, it depends on how you like to travel. Do you spend that? Is that for a big family? Is that for a small family? Are you budget travelers? Do you want to be luxury travelers, etc.? It is several $1,000s. It is by interview. We don't accept everyone because we have a $10,000 guarantee. We guarantee that we will work with you until you are able to redeem $10,000 in free travel. Now, if you only travel once a year and you just go to Vegas, we wouldn't be able to accept you because we'd be working with you forever, because it would take you forever to get $10,000 worth of free travel. Now, if you travel internationally a couple times a year and you're tired of doing it in coach, I'll just say it's a no-brainer investment. If you have a big family and you just travel once a year, but you'd like to do that comfortably in business class, that could be a no-brainer. And even though it's expensive, it could be a worthwhile investment. The reason I don't talk about cost is this recording will be available. People will see this maybe a year down the road, and the cost probably will go up. We've had 5 price increases. We're a 24-person organization. And, as we grow, prices go up as well so that we can continue to offer the level of support that our customers hired us for. So, like I said, we don't discuss specific prices, but we're glad to if we think it would be a good fit. If you travel enough that we can actually help you. If you don't travel enough, that's perfectly fine. That's what the book is for. That's what JGOOT Vault is for. So I hope that answers your questions. I know some people think that, that's not fair that you don't discuss price. I'll be honest. If we discussed price, 90% of you would say, oh my gosh, that's too expensive. Forget it. I'm not going to apply any of these principles at all. And the reason I wrote this book, and I could sell this for $100 and it would still be worthwhile. The reason I wrote this book and priced it the way I priced it is so that anyone can apply these principles. And if you like it, and if you dig in and it saves you thousands of dollars, joining the lounge will be a no-brainer. Many of our clients save more than the cost of our coaching program before they join. So, and if you're concerned about price, that's probably what you should do. If you travel often enough and you'd like to up your game, set up a call. There are instructions in the book. There are contact info in the vault, and we can have a conversation. And like I said, we talk more people out of it than we talk into it. Quinn asks, is there any way to change your email after signing up? Absolutely. Just the answer 9 times out of 10 is reply to any email you receive from us, and we've got human beings responding to those emails. Betty, fantastic. So Betty, if you're in the vault, know that we recommend one or the other. The lounge, your intro call would be to, if you're considering joining JGOOT Lounge. JGOOT Lounge is a lot higher level, a lot more hands-on support, and then we'll just cancel your vault subscription and you'll be in the lounge. So I look forward to hearing what you think of that conversation. I think Anthony will be back from vacation, so you'll probably be talking with him. Let's see if I can answer any other questions about the vault. A lot of people who still can't find the link. You can find that at JGOOT.com/vault sale. Very important, not JGOOT.com/vault. Don't go to our website and then click the vault link and sign up there. That will cost you $47. You won't get all of these same bonuses. If you did that, just email us and say, hey, I accidentally signed up for the wrong link. We'll get you taken care of. But this is where you can find our sale. Let me just check in. We are getting close to running out of $300 travel savings cards. So if you're watching this and still thinking about it, go ahead and join. It's a 7-day free trial. I don't want unhappy customers. I am not doing this full-time job and I am not employing 24 people at my company so I can squeeze people for $27 that they don't want to pay. So if you're considering this, check it out. Take 6.5 days to check it out, and then click the link to cancel in any of the emails that you receive from us. If it's not a fit, no big deal. The bonuses are yours to keep. That's perfectly fine. Um, if you like it, great. We'd love for you to stick around. We're pretty passionate about travel. My entire team who works with me is passionate about travel, and we're all here to help. Um, Kyle, very good feedback. This does happen after I activated my bonus card. So good, man. Our support team is on top of it. This means that Kyle signed up and already got his savings card. Don't rely on that. We do sometimes it can take a full business day for us to get back to you, but thank you for that feedback. Check your spam, check your bulk, check your promotions folder. It's probably in there. And also, please give us at least an hour. When we get a lot of people who order at once, it can take up to an hour to get through to you. Okay. Let's see. Let me just refresh the page. I think we still have savings cards left. Just check the dashboard. Okay, I'm being given a warning sign that we are about to run out of $300 travel savings cards. So, like I said before, if you want in, then go ahead and join. It's a 7-day free trial. You can cancel anytime before. A lot of people who can't find the link, so I'm just going to leave that banner up. It's right there. You can just type it in your browser or check an email. If you're on this webinar, you should have received an email from us that will show you how to get there. New comments. So Christy asked, does the hotel savings card bonus work at any hotel? Now, let me share this. I don't think I have a banner for this, but this is basically, we buy these in bulk from a company called Book VIP Plus, not to be confused with Book VIP. This is a membership site that is just like Travelocity or Expedia or whatever. But if you notice, like prices at Travelocity, Expedia, sites like that, prices are all the same because they are publicly available sites. This savings card is for a membership site. And what they're doing is they sell me, they offset their costs by selling me savings cards, which I give away for things like this. And they're the same hotels you can find on Expedia or Travelocity. They're the same activities and excursions that you can find on Expedia or Travelocity. They're the same rental cars, which in my opinion are the least useful for this savings card. But they're all the same things, but they are at a 5 to 25% discount beyond what you would find on Travelocity, Expedia, or anything else. So if it's on Travelocity Expedia, it is 95% chance it's on this same site that you'll redeem your savings card for. And like I said, it's a savings card. If it's a 25% savings, that means spend $400 and you'll save $100, and you'll save up to the amount of the savings card. And this is their way of showing up front the value of their service. And they hope that you'll like that. And after you run out of your $300 in savings or your $500 in savings, it's their hope that you'll join their membership site, which is like $20 a month. And if you travel often enough, it's well worthwhile. And Jim, sorry, I grew up in LA. They will always be the LA Raiders to me. Let's see. If I lived in LA, that might change because I might feel a little bit abandoned. But I moved to Colorado before they did all that. Let's see. How do we contact Brooke? So You can reply to any email that you receive, and those go to our support team. You'll notice that even emails from me come from support at, because I have several people on my support team. Brooke leads that. She oversees our support, and she's got a team of people helping her to make sure that your questions get answered. So if you ever have a question about billing, about support, about not getting what you paid for, just reply to any email you've received, and someone will get back to you. Let's see. Walter, thank you for that leap of faith. Um, I assume that means you were paying 47. Just reply just to be safe, and just say, "Hey, I joined at the promo rate. Can you make sure I'm not paying twice?" And uh, we'll get you set up. Um, Joy, not to be rude, but I'm so excited to get started. Will there be other info from this live stream, or should I hop off and hop into the vault? Go ahead and hop into the vault. Let me make sure we still have 300 savings cards. I think those are going away soon. Yes, I just refreshed the screen. We do still have 300 savings cards. So yes, go check it out. I'm mostly just answering questions from people who are still on the fence and not sure if they should try the vault. Let's see here. Lots of questions, lots of questions. Hi guys, I'm excited about arranging a trip to Australia for the Australian Open and New Zealand next January. Fantastic. I would not wait. If you have points, 11 months is one of the best times to find points deals. I have flown my son in business class to Australia for 87 one way and $120 return. His return, we had to go premium economy, which is ironic. I paid 120 for premium economy and 87 for business. But who cares? Those are both, he's 6'3", and those were both wonderful gifts that I was able to give to my son. The magic number in a lot of cases for points is 11 months out. So don't delay. You'll want to start looking as soon as possible, especially when there are events that would cause a lot of people to be flooding that area. So good job on getting in. Dive right into the content, especially the 301 section of the book, and especially the redemption multipliers section of JGOOT Vault. Those are where you're going to get the most bang for your miles, and get the best deal. And time is of the essence because you are about 11 months away from your trip. What is the best? Ooh, great question. What's the best place to start in the vault? So my recommendation is to start with the book. This is why we make sure that everyone in the vault has a copy. That's why it's a bonus. And start with the book and resist the temptation to bounce around. Read it chapter by chapter. And what I recommend with starting in the vault is if you don't feel like you got $1,000 worth of knowledge out of each chapter, I would say go back and read that chapter again, and then go to the vault and look for videos that accompany the concepts in the book. That's the biggest thing that the vault is meant for. So don't necessarily just bounce around and do what you think you are most interested in. You want to master each of the concepts because they each compound upon each other. And then that's where the power comes in. Just like 70% of millionaires never made more than 6 figures in their life, but they built savings, and that compounded and built to astronomical numbers that no one believes by the time they retire. Learning to travel the JGOOT way is the same thing. So the best place to start, I would say, is with the book. And then if you don't have a major aha moment from each chapter in the book, go to the vault and poke around for videos that might help answer that. I hope that answers that question. Denise, I answered that, how the savings card works, a little earlier. Feel free to watch this replay. You can just, once this is over, you'll be able to just watch the replay, and you can go to about 15 minutes ago when I talked about that. And we are 54 minutes in. And let me just check for everyone still on the fence. We do still have $300 travel savings cards. Looks like we've got about 25 left. Wow, you guys, this is great. I'm so honored that so many of you are checking this out. So get in now if you want the 300. It will drop to 200 probably within the next 5-7 minutes. And then with that, I am going to go get my workout done. I didn't do it this morning. So by the way, if any of you are on Peloton, I started a hashtag JGOOT. Let's all hold each other accountable. I could use the help. I'm terribly out of shape. But I'm going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes and go start my Peloton workout. Let's see. Rushy, can I give a quick synopsis of the program? I did that in the first 5 to 7 minutes before we opened the doors to the vault. So as soon as this is over, you can go and watch the replay right here on the same YouTube channel that you're watching it currently. Cecilia, do I get the bonus card automatically when I join the vault? Yes, you do. It does. It might take us up to the next business day to get that to you. So please be patient. But if you don't hear back by the end of the next business day, whenever you join, just reply to the email and say, hey, I didn't get it. But odds are when it comes to you, it will, if you don't see it, it's probably in your spam or promotions or bulk folders. I don't know, depends on your email provider of what folder that would be. What you can do is search for anything from support@jgoot.com. And by the way, it can take as much as an hour to get that. Don't hit the buy button again. That'll cause a duplicate transaction that we got to, then you'll have to email us and ask for one of the refunds. But keep that in mind. It can take up to an hour for our initial email to get to you, and it can take up to a full business day to get your savings card bonus, because we do have to manually order that. But as of right now, we still have 300 savings cards. And notice that this is what you want to do. I just hit this refresh button. That's how you know what savings card you will get. JD Times, what if I already have the ebook? Can I get the hard copy? So here's what we will do. If you buy the hard copy, like, we cannot possibly field that kind of, deal with that, the support issues with that. This is just a bonus. Feel free to give the bonus to, a friend, to whoever, or just trash it. Don't worry about it. That's what bonuses do. But if you want the hard copy, and if you bought the digital copy before, what we offer is if you post, if you post to JGOOT Village with you holding the book and say, hey, thanks, I love I love the JGOOT way. Or if you post a review, you can go to Amazon and post a review with a picture of you holding the book. We'll go ahead and refund the $7 that you initially paid for the book. Otherwise, it's a bonus that came with the purchase of something else. Don't worry about it, trash it, and just focus on the other stuff that you hopefully bought for, which is JGOOT Vault. Are we able to change the airport that we receive alerts for? Absolutely. If you move, if you decide you like a different airport that's not as close, you can do one of two things. You can email and just ask for a change, and Brooke and our support team can make that change for you. Give us until like the next business day to do that. By the way, our standard is by next business day for everything. So if you email on a Friday evening, might be Monday before we get back with you. We do have some workaholics that will sometimes field responses on weekends, but we do ask that you be patient and wait until the next business day. And again, when in doubt, reply. If it's about billing or you can't get your book, just reply to support and we'll help you out. The bonuses should come in a separate email. The savings card can take up to a business day to get in there. Leanne, you can, thank you for, so what you want to do is just join for this promotion and then reply and say, hey, can you cancel my $47 subscription? We'll make sure to get that taken care of. And not only will we cancel it, we'll just refund the most recent payment that you made. assuming you were already in the $47 version. Um, uh, Kathy, I can't verify whether or not you got the 500. That depends on what was showing when you enrolled. If it showed 500, that is what you will get by no later than the next business day. If it's showing 300 when you hit that page, then that's what you get. Either way, it's a free trial, and that's infinitely more value than the cost if you cancel in the first 7 days, and it's 10 to 15 times the value of, the first month if you stick around and stay with JGOOT Vault. Just looking for any new questions, and then I'm going to wrap it up and go do my Peloton. How are we doing? Getting close, like 8 or 10 more. We will be gone within the next few minutes. Let me just check. Still have them. Still have 300 savings cards. So get in now. It's a free trial. Cancel if you don't like it. I do ask that you give it a few days of at least a college try. We do have human beings ordering these, and it's because we believe in JGOOT Vault. If we want you to believe in JGOOT Vault, so give it a college try. Mark your calendar for 6 days from now. If you don't like it, cancel. No hard feelings. So if you're on the fence and still wondering, just join. You can always cancel. It won't cost you a penny. Let's see. We'll talk today about any tips. So today is a JGOOT Vault promo. This is, our Monday free live streams are for getting tips and suggestions and questions answered. JGOOT Vault, I do a once a month Q&A that is specifically just for Vault members. Our next one is in a week, February 15th, where, I hop on in this exact same format. You can type in your questions. I will answer them as best I can. But to be honest, this is for the launch of the Vault. I'm here to answer any questions about whether or not you'd like to join JGOOT Vault. Will this tell me how to travel for Italy for free? I promised my daughter if she got straight A's, I'd take her to Europe. Well, she did, and now I owe. Hope you can help. So I did this just last month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It was October. My son is an avid snowboarder, addicted to snowboarding. He snowboards 30 to 50 days a year. And they're such budget travelers. They drive up one day, they drive home, they drive up again because that's cheaper than getting a place. Even with the JGOOT Way, that's cheaper than getting a place, up in the mountains during peak season. So in October, he was like dying to get on the slopes, and he announced to us that he was graduating a semester early. And so I said, hey, how about we celebrate? And, going to Argentina for a long weekend is too far, so we can snowboard. But how about we go to Costa Rica and surf? So I took him on a father-son trip to Costa Rica. Free flights, other than taxes. You do still have to pay taxes. I think our taxes were like $80 round trip. And I was able to do that because I apply the principles in this book. You don't necessarily need JGOOT Vault to learn that. You could be a self-starter. You could apply the concepts in the book and be perfectly fine. JGOOT Vault is for help, kind of mastering those concepts. JGOOT Lounge is for personal help mastering those concepts. You absolutely don't need to pay to join JGOOT Lounge to get personal support. What I recommend is try the book. If you like it, great. If you want more help, check out JGOOT Vault. It will help you get better at those concepts. But you can absolutely travel to Italy for free. That picture in the start of this webinar was of a trip of me taking my family to Italy for free. All we paid for a business class flight. Let me just show it again. So here was the before. This was like my first budget vacation with my kids as a going through a divorced dad. This was our first trip as three. This is a little over a decade later. I've remarried, and this was a trip to Italy on Emirates business class. We paid $156 per person with points that we earned passively using the strategies in this book. So yes, you can absolutely take your daughter to Italy. One of our clients in JGOOT Lounge is doing that exact same thing for his daughter in a couple weeks. And he was just asking us on our weekly happy hour, like, oh, what else should we do? Where should we go? So you can absolutely do that. The key is to believe that it is possible, to apply the principles, and watch the magic happen. Jenny, how do I search for the airline for the best deal? We've got that covered in the 301 section of the book. We cover it every week on Mondays in our free live streams. And you've got a whole library of redemption multipliers that will kind of concrete the concepts in the book that you can check out if you join JGOOT Vault. I'll go ahead and field this one. This is a little bit more of a pitch for the lounge than not, but yeah, the Vault is hands off. It's for do it yourself. It's very, very affordable. The lounge is not for everyone. It's a lot more expensive because just like you could lift weights for free on your own, or you could pay a lot of money to a personal trainer to get faster results. That's what JGOOT Lounge is. I recommend that you not even worry about it unless you're spending at least $5,000 a year and you're frustrated with what that is getting you towards your vacations. You know, if you're spending more than that, it's probably a no-brainer. If you're spending less than that, I recommend just sticking with the book and the Vault. There's plenty of information that can show you how to stretch a $2,000 or $3,000 a year travel budget into $10,000 or $12,000 worth of free travel. And that's what JGOOT Vault, and that's what the book is for. Let me check. We're rounding the corner on availability. I'm getting notes that we're almost out. We've got 3 or 4 left. So if you want the $300 savings card and don't want that to drop to $200, get in now. Cancel later. Patty asks, we travel to Mexico a few times a year, all-inclusive resorts. The best choice the Vault or the Lounge. So what I would say is if you have to ask, just start with the Vault. There's no rush to get into the Lounge. There are no magic silver bullets in JGOOT Lounge. All we do, I mean, we are very much like personal trainers. Like I've said multiple times, it's not cheap. It's not for everyone. A lot of people do just fine applying the concepts in the book and the concepts in JGOOT Vault and just being self-starters and do-it-yourselfers. That's perfectly fine, and that's the goal. There's nothing saying you can't get $10,000 or $20,000 worth of free travel from nothing but our book and JGOOT Vault. If you're feeling frustrated with that, if you feel like you're putting the work in but you're not getting the results, if you spend at least $4,000 or $5,000 a year on travel, and if you'd like to get $15,000 or $25,000 worth of travel out of that $5,000 budget, then let's have a conversation about JGOOT Lounge. But there are plenty of links in the book for that. There are plenty of links in JGOOT Vault for that. I would say just start with the book and JGOOT Vault. See how it feels. Make sure that our philosophy resonates with yours, because it's the exact same stuff that we teach in JGOOT Lounge. We just personally hold your hand. We've got accountability coaches. We've got what I call checkpoints that graduate you in skill level, and we make sure that you're going to get the results that you need before you graduate our 6-month program. So this is not a pitch for JGOOT Lounge. This is a pitch to try out JGOOT Vault, which is JGOOT Lounge Lite. And it's a lot lighter than JGOOT Lounge. Screenstone is for the trial of the Vault. So you've got a whole page with testimonials, with a description of what you get, and all of those fun details. You can find that not on our website. It's not on jgoot.com. that will take you to our standard pricing. This is solely for people who own our book or have taken one of our trainings or whatever. This is not for the general public. This is only for people who have purchased our stuff. So I think I've seen all the questions about clarifying on the vault. A lot of questions about advice on travel. Mark your calendar for Mondays. We show up every Monday and you can participate live, or if you join JGOOT Vault, you can watch a whole library of answers to many of those questions. Danae, yeah, we do apologize. We end up in a lot of spam folders. But thanks for sharing the tip. The emails do go out, and you definitely want to check the spam folder for them. Oh, here's a good one. Is the subscription cancelable at any point? So if I have it for 6 months and decide to cancel, what kind of notice do you need? You can cancel instantly. Every email during your 7-day trial has a link to where you can cancel, and you can do it yourself. You don't need to like go through a rigmarole with emailing support or whatever. It's automated, and you can find those instructions in every email that you receive during your 7-day free trial. How much extra for an additional airport again? So if you add an additional territory, it's $10 a month for us to watch that territory for you. What I recommend is that you read the 101 section of the book and see how you feel about checking for the deals yourself. I give the exact same advice that I give my team who finds these deals in the book. And some people say, "Oh gosh, that's actually fun. It's not as complicated as I thought, and it's kind of fun." So check out the 101 section of the book. Check out the Rule 1 section of JGOOT Vault. That will show you how to search for these deals yourself from small airports, from large airports, from other airports. And then if you say, I don't want to mess with that, I'll just pay JGOOT $10 and we'll watch for you every day. And then if that's the case, just reply. We'll get you a link on adding additional territories. Okay, let me see. My gut says we're going to be out of 300 savings cards. Let me just see if we've got them. Still must have 1 or 2. As soon as this drops to 200, I'm going to wrap up and I'm going to go work out on Peloton. Again, anybody watching who's on Peloton, jump on the JGOOT hashtag. Let's hold each other accountable. Totally unrelated, but that's what I'm going to do in about 5 minutes. Lots and lots of questions. Thank you all. Lots of people who joined. Okay. I'll just say this once more before we wrap up. Kathy, thank you for joining. You should get the welcome email. You should get everything except the savings card. That my support team does have to order those individually. They literally have to like type out your name and type out your email, send you a welcome message with instructions on how to take advantage of the card. And they do those one by one. So that could take as long as the next business day, but we will get that to you. And if you don't get that by the next business day, check spam, check bulk, check promotions, check marketing. There are all sorts of folders that it might be in. If you don't see it, just reply and we'll look into it. See, Pam found the email. So yeah, they can get buried in spam. How do we access the Vault videos? Very good question. So once you get the email, this is locked up in a library. It's password protected. We've had issues with people, sharing confidential info and so on. So it is password protected. And you'll get instructions for your login to your account with your welcome email. Shortcut for anybody who is already who already owns the book, who already owns the Vault, who already owns anything of ours other than JGOOT Lounge. You can go to jgoot.com/school and you should be able to log in that way, assuming you set up your account. The better way if anyone has lost track, you can go to jgoot.com/account access. that will have troubleshooting on how to find your login info, how to reset your password, how to do all that. And worst case, it'll have our support email address in case all of that fails. Okay. I'm going to stick around until we drop to 200. We've officially, we're sold out. Thank you all so much. I'm so honored that so many of you have jumped in on JGOOT Vault and are checking it out. And I'm just so honored that you're all there. If you have problems, reply to support. Please be patient. We are going to expand with a lot of questions. So please know that we always do get back to everyone by the next business day. So if you have a question on a Friday afternoon, we'll get back to you, but it might not be until Monday. Just keep that in mind, and thank you so much. I hope I was able to answer all your questions. Please continue to show up on Mondays at 1:30. Those are free interactive webinars. We pull those down. We put those in the recordings in the vault. They're in a nice organized category, so you can just watch what you feel that you need. With that, again, I thank everyone for attending. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for believing the JGOOT way. Thanks to my awesome support team who is obviously sending these bonuses out as soon as feasibly possible. I appreciate you all, and happy travels.